you mentioned a lot about zinc versus aluminum. What's different with zinc than you would see when you're polishing aluminum?
Well, zinc actually is softer
Okay.
to me. And if you really go too hard on it, you really mess it up real quick.
Okay.
Aluminum, you can finesse aluminum a little more,
Okay.
but it does get hotter in zinc faster when you're handling it. One's a little bit softer and a little bit more durable, I should say.
Okay.
Aluminum's not as durable as the zinc.
This is zinc and it's got a mirror finish on it, but you can do mirror finish on aluminum too, but it's more time consuming and labor intensive.
Right.
Okay.
That is right. It is very, because with aluminum, if you want a complete mirror finish, you gotta take it easy. You can't do it real fast when you're like buffing it out, putting that mirror shine on it with the compound, because you develop what I call tadpoles in it.
Okay.
Little swirly lines and pull out of the metal.
And is that because the metal's
heat.
getting too hot?
Right.
Okay. All right.
Interesting.
But I could actually take anything you want and make it look like a piece of gold.
There you go. I like that.
So if you want to say get a mirror finish polish, what tools would you use to get mirror finish on an aluminum part?
Well, I'd use a 120 grit, which is kind of fine, but then I'd go to a 240 grit belt, which is very fine. Then I use a polishing buffer. How long did that take you?
I'm sure it's going to be specific to the product, right?
Yeah,
Sure.
how big the product is. Say like this was out of aluminum, it'd take a little longer than it does zinc, because aluminum tends to get hotter quicker when you're polishing and buffing it.
Okay.
And I'm sure even the complexity. So I think you have the possibility on this round part that you're showing, because a wheel can get that, and
Right.
you can, or sorry, polishing jack can get that, and on that wheel it can spin it, and you can get that grit surface that you're looking
Right.
for. Versus, some of them that have nooks and crannies and different draft angles
You
and
got it.
tight corners. I mean, you're going to need different types of tools for it.
There's also like it's like a Leah wheel
Okay.
that we use to get into them corners and stuff when we need to buff something that's got nooks and crannies and corners in it.
Okay.
It uses a red 180 grit compound on it.
Here, so this is pretty cool. So any kind of fire engine you guys may see out there goes on the front of the fire engine, the siren. So it's a pretty cool part we've been doing here. You said what?
89.
Okay.
Probably a couple 100,000.
Yeah. Yep. So quite a bit of few parts that came through here, and as Danny mentioned, it is zinc and it gets a mirror finish to it and gets plated. So very cool.